In this particular run, the agent has two MCP servers available, a bare Kubernetes MCP for raw kube control and a purpose-built KDP MCP server, dedicated tools for listing the catalog, creating service bindings, fetching schemas. No skill file this time, just the tools. The question is whether structured MCP tools alone are enough. First prompt, which services and databases are available? The agent calls list service catalog, a single MCP tool that returns the whole catalog in one structured response, already grouped by category: data, cloud, applications, developer tools, platform internals, cleaner than parsing API exports by hand. Then the real scenario. Create a workspace for a customer called Customer-X with a production project inside. In that project, a Postgres database, an SSL certificate, and an App Engine deployment, with the Postgres credentials mounted into the app as environment variables. The agent jumps straight into Get Service Catalog entry for tenancy, database, PKI, and App Engine, pulling detailed metadata on each. Then it tries to fetch the resource schemas for Postgres instances, certificates, and apps. And we hit the first sign of trouble. Resource not found. The agent is inspecting schemas for resources that don't exist in this workspace yet because the services haven't been bound. It recovers, concludes those services need to be bound first, but it's a hint that the MCP server isn't guiding it through the order of operations. Workspace and project go up cleanly. Then the interesting part. The agent calls Create Service Binding, a higher-level MCP tool than raw kubectl. 3 bindings, 3 successful calls. But watch what's missing. The tool takes an export name and a path. Nothing else. No permission claims. In KCP, an API binding needs explicit permission claims to tell the platform what it's allowed to do on the consuming workspace's behalf: write secrets, manage namespaces, emit events. Without them, the binding is technically valid, but functionally toothless. Schemas fetched, resources applied. Postgres instance with 10 gigs of storage, certificate for customer-x.example.com, and an app with envars referencing Postgres credentials by key. On paper, everything looks fine. Then the verification. Read the Postgres credentials secret. Not found. List every secret in the default namespace. Empty array. This is the permission claims problem in action. The Postgres service did create the secret, but it wrote it on the provider side of the sink. Because the API bindings never claimed the right to receive secrets, the platform has no authority to mirror that secret into the workspace where the app needs to read it. The agent partially misreads this. It concludes the platform manages credentials differently and moves on, which is close but not the real diagnosis. The real fix would be set permission claims on the binding. The summary tells the honest story. Postgres, ready. Certificate, ready. App, not ready, because it can't resolve its environment variables. The whole stack deployed, the wiring doesn't work, and the agent doesn't quite realize why. This is the failure pattern we expected to find. The MCP tools here are more capable than raw kube control. State, validation, structured responses, but capability isn't the same as domain knowledge. Nothing in the tool definitions told the agent to think about permission claims, so it didn't. The dashboard confirms the intent is right. The Postgres is configured to write to Postgres-credentials. The plumbing is just incomplete. And when we delete the Customer X workspace, everything tears down cleanly. Whoops, organization not found. The takeaway from this run, an MCP server on its own doesn't automatically teach the agent your platform's conventions. Better tools raise the floor, but they don't replace the domain knowledge that tells the agent why a step matters. That's a fixable problem. Richer tool descriptions, defaults that set permission claims automatically, or pairing the MCP with a skill. But it's a real one, and worth seeing happen before it's papered over.